Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today. It's such a fantastic day here, and I hope it is wherever you're at. I thought today we'd just do a beautiful, beautiful little painting that's very warm and has a lot of very soft colors in it. So I tell you what, let's start out, have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with me. And while they're doing that, let me show you what I've already done up here. Got my standard old canvas up here, double prime pre-stretched canvas, and I've covered it with just a thin, even coat of the liquid white. So it's all wet and it's ready to go. So let's do a little painting. As I say, today it's such a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's just do a little painting that's very warm and just one that'll make you happy. Let's start out with a little dark sienna, and I'll reach up here and get the least little touch of alizarin crimson. I want to make a nice warm brown color. Just tap a little into the bristles. And let's go up in here and we'll use our little crisscross strokes and just begin dancing in just a happy little area up here. Like that. All right. As I say, this is just going to be a very, very warm painting. Very warm, very soft, quiet, delicate little painting. Because that's the kind of mood I'm in today. There. See, the paint is continually mixing with the liquid white, and automatically it gets lighter and lighter in value as it works downward. Let the canvas work for you. Shoot. There, very lightly. 3 hairs and some air. All we have to do is just blend that. We're going to use that for our background today. And that's about all we need. Now, I'm going to show you something that's fun. Let's have some fun today. We'll go back into that same color. A little alizarin crimson, a little bit of dark sienna, and just mix these on the brush. Shoot, don't worry about it. That way you have a multitude of things happening in that brush. It's just not one old flat dead color. Let's go back up here. Now then, maybe back here in the background, maybe we have just some little tree indications and bush indications. I'm just going to take the corner of the brush and just sort of rub it. Just rub it. Now, if you've ever had problems making little bushes and trees, this is your painting, because this will make it so simple. Even if you've never painted anything before, this you can do without any problem at all. There. See, just the corner of the brush, and all you have to worry about is just some very, very basic little shapes. Maybe over here, there's one. There's one. Look at that. See, very soft and quiet. Maybe there's a bigger one over here. Whatever. But I want these to almost blend right into the sky. Okay, speaking of blending, let's take a good clean dry brush, and I want to create the illusion of mist. So tap it. Just tap the base, not the top, just the base. Just the bottom. And that'll make it even softer. There. Okay, very lightly. 1 hair and some air, just barely touching. Now then, if you want to create the illusion of more depth and distance in your painting, all you have to do, let me show you. It's easier to show you. Take a little more of that same color, and we can come back in here, and maybe, there's another one right there. Let me get just a touch more paint. So it'll show up a little bit better. I don't want to change the color too much, just enough so you can see the difference. But this misty area in here is what separates. It's your good friend. Take care of it. There we go. Okay, then I'll take another 2-inch brush, and I have several of each brush going, and just tap them. Just tap. That's one thing you'll find if you paint very much. If you have at least 2 of each brush, it'll save you a tremendous amount of time and materials, because otherwise, if you have to wash and clean your brush between each time you go back from a dark to a light color, most of your color will end up in the bottom of this washer can. If you have 2 or more of each one of these brushes, then you can have 1 for light, 1 for dark. It just makes it easier, and I'm lazy. Let's take some dark colors now. We'll go into a little bit of midnight black, a little Van Dyke brown, a little touch of the sap green, and a little touch of phthalo blue. Not too much, just a little bit. Just load the brush up again. As things get closer to you in the landscape, you want them to get darker. So now they're beginning to get closer. So let's come right up in here. There's a nice little bush, and you can see some green in this one. That one's beginning to show a little bit more green. There. Just let all these little things happen. All we're using, though, is just the corner of the brush and just making little wiggles. See there? Give it a little push. That's where they come from. A little more of the color. And you vary these colors a little bit here and there. That's why you mix color on the brush. That way you get a multitude of things happening without even working at it. There. Painting's too much fun to turn it into a chore. Enjoy it. There's enough bad things around the house to do that aren't fun. You can always go cut the grass or whatever if you want something that's not fun. When you're painting, it should be fun for you. Now, I'll take the large brush and just tap that once again. Once again, I want to create that illusion of mist. Very soft and very quiet. There. And just work in layers, just layer after layer after layer. Now then, go back into that old color. Maybe you want to make the indication here of a little tree. This is an easy way. Just touch and bend. Just bend. And less as you go up. There it is. See? Take it other side. That's all you have to do. Push harder when you want it to get wider. Isn't that super? Maybe let's give him a little friend. And you can do as many or as few of these as you want in your world. Just touch it, give it a little push. That's all there is to it. It makes the indication of a nice little tree, and you have done virtually nothing. Take the knife, put the indication of a little trunk here and there in it, and people will think you worked for long periods of time to put these in. Shh, it's our secret. Don't tell nobody. Okay, now back to our color. And let's go back in here and maybe put another layer. Same basic colors. I'm going to use the same basic colors. I just want to show you numerous layers in here. Now this can be made to look very, very soft, almost like a watercolor. When I was in school, I took several courses in watercolor. It taught me two things. First of all, it wasn't my medium. It's too difficult. And secondly, a tremendous respect for those who could do it. To me, that's the hardest medium there is. Boy, you make a mistake there. But this is very forgiving. You could scrape this off and start over, even now. Even now. I'm going to start adding some yellows and cad yellow, yellow ochre, a little bright red here and there, whatever, Indian yellow. There. You know, while I'm putting this on, because this is going to be very repetitious, I'm just adding color, I wanted to mention, recently through our newsletter, we had an art contest, and from all over the country, people sent me paintings. Oh, you wouldn't believe. We had just hundreds of beautiful paintings came in. One of the hardest things we've ever tried to do is to figure out whose paintings we liked and who we thought was the winner. That's very hard to come up with. But I wanted to share with you today some of the people that had won according to categories. So we'll just put those up on the screen here. This is Becky Gibson, and she was under 6 years of age. Can you believe that? Fantastic young painter. There. And then we had Harold Jennings from St. Louis, Missouri. He was in the 6 to 12-year-old category, and that Harold, he's a son of a gun. Look at that painting. Boy, he's going to be after my job, too, pretty soon. And Steve Silverman from Virginia, that's where our company's located. He was in the 13 to 18-year-old category, and Steve has quite a career in front of him. I can tell that now.